Hello everybody. Thank you for watching my YouTube video on Kubernetes. In this topic, we are going to deal about namespace. Namespace gives you the way to enable multi-tenancy in Kubernetes, hardback, and have an isolated space where you won't have naming conflict with other namespace. Namespace helps to have pod-to-pod communication using a same namespace. Namespace are a virtual clusters. They can sit on top of any physical cluster. They can provide a logical separation between the teams and the environment. So you can see our in the dashboard which we have in our Kubernetes, there are three namespace, which is default, kube system, and kube public. So on a default one, the default namespace for objects is no other namespace. Whereas a kube system is a namespace objects created by the Kubernetes, and kube public is a namespace created automatically and readable by all users. What are the main use cases of the Kubernetes namespace? In Kubernetes namespace, you have main options are multi-tenancy. You want to isolate the organization or a customer on a shared Kubernetes platform. Kubernetes namespace cannot be nested. If you have a namespace customer A and later if you have two namespace for development and production, you cannot create a sub namespace under the customer A. It will require to create two namespace like customer A dev and customer prod. Environment, if you want to decide to have separated your environment of development or production, you can create two namespaces. One is for dev and other for prod. Projects, keeping your projects for dedicated namespace. For example, like you want a CI/CD and you want better utilization or you want to track a better resource, then you can provide them. So that's the advantages of using the namespace. Let's add the demo how you can create the namespace. So I'm going to create a namespace called prod and dev. So let's create the namespace. So kubectl dev. Okay, let's create a dev for, and also kubectl get namespace. Okay, so we got the namespace, one for dev and another for pod. So kubectl describe namespace pod. So you see there is no resource quota, no limits. We will deal resource quota and limits in next topic. And meanwhile, let's create the isolate the environment. I'm creating a web server on prod, and we will be creating an a web for development, web server for development. So let's create get namespace kubectl get pods. So no pods here. So because we have isolated the environment, so now to view it, so let's kubectl get pods -all. So you can see the namespaces for pod and dev. So in the dashboard, you can see in better way. So let's refresh the dashboard. See, I have I have a prod and a dev. So in the prod, I'm having I see what I did is I pull the Nginx. I'm running the Nginx. So let's click on the dev. So you can see the dev as well, and let's pull for prod. See the prod. So in this way, we can isolate the environment and like you can make all the kind of testings, and at the same time you want to uh, have an particular kind of monitoring, or if you have heavy payload applications, you can segregate them and do the testing. This is the advantages of the namespace. The next topic we will discuss on mainly the resource quota and limits. Thank you guys.